You're watching Rurouni K95's anime review on Only Yesterday. Hi Ruronis, this is your pal Rurouni K95 here, and today's anime review we got to cover another Studio Ghibli film directed by Isao Takahata. For today's anime review is Only Yesterday. Only Yesterday is a 1991 Japanese anime drama film written and directed by Isao Takahata, based on the 1982 manga of the same name, titled by Hotaru Okamoto and Yuko Tone. It was animated by Studio Ghibli, which is known for many of Isao Takahata's films, including particularly The Tale of Princess Kaguya, and a lot of the films that are directed by Hayao Miyazaki, and Tales from the Earth Sea, which is directed by Goro Miyazaki as well, in general. For Tokuma Shoten Nippon Television Network and Hodo, and distributed by Toho Company Limited, it was released on July 20th, 1991. The ending theme song was Ai wa Hana Kimi wa Sonotane, which translated in Japanese as Love is a Flower, You Are the Seed, is a Japanese translation of the Amanda McBroon's composition of The Rose as well. This stars Miki Imai, Toshiro Yanigiba, and Yoko Hana. The music was done by Katsuhoshi. It was edited by Takeshi Sayama. Yeah, this has grossed about 3.18 billion yen in Japan, as it grossed about 525,958 US dollars overseas worldwide, especially. Only Yesterday explores a genre traditionally throughout thought to be outside the realm of animated subjects, a realistic drama written for adults, particularly women. The film was a surprise box office success, attracting a large adult audience and becoming the highest grossing Japanese film of 1991 in the country. It also has been received by critics outside of Japan. It has 100% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. To celebrate the film's 25th anniversary, G-Kids released the film for the first time in an English language format on February 26, 2016, featuring the voices of Daisy Ridley, Dev Patel, Alison Fernandez, and Ashley Eckstein. On August the 31st, 2020, it announced a live-action special based on the manga, which will air on NHK subchannels BS Premium and BS 4K on January 2021. The special will be about a 64-year-old Takeo and her daughter and granddaughter. So let's review this anime, starting now. In 1982, Takeo Okajima is 27 years old, unmarried because he has never married. He has lived her whole life in Tokyo and now works at a company there. She decides to take another trip to visit the family of the elder brother of her brother-in-law in the rural countryside to help with the safflower harvest and get away from city life. While traveling at night on a sleeper train to Yamagata, she begins to recall memories of herself as a schoolgirl in 1966, which is probably during the 60s, as it was to the war in Vietnam, and her intense desire to go on holiday like her classmates, all of whom have family outside of the big city. At the arrival train station, she is surprised to find out that her brother-in-law's second cousin, Toshio, whom she barely knows, is the one who came to pick her up. During her stay in Yamagata, she finds herself increasingly nostalgic and wistful for her childhood self, while simultaneously wrestling with adult issues of career and love. The trip dredges up forgotten memories, not all of them good ones. The first strings of childish romance, puberty, and growing up, and the frustrations of math and boys, and lyrical switches between the present and the past. Takeo wonders if she has been true to the dreams of her childhood self In doing so, she begins to realize that Toshio has helped her along the way. Finally, Takeo faces her own true self, how she views the world and the people around her. Takeo chooses to stay in the countryside instead of returning to Tokyo. It is implied that she and Toshio begin a relationship, if you will. And that's my review on the anime Only Yesterday, which is another anime review directed by good old Isao Takahata, because despite how I look back on my previous anime review on particularly The Tale of Princess Kaguya, which is another Isao Takahata film that I've already covered on my previous anime reviews, especially the ones that were part from the Studio Ghibli catalog, especially as well. Yep. I know this features English voice actors that are in the English dub, because I know Stephanie Sei is known for the voice as Hinata in the Naruto series, Orihime Inoue in the Bleach series, Eureka in Eureka 7, Mikuru Asahina in The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, Nui Harime in Kill la Kill, as well as known for the voice as Mitsuha Mizu in Your Name, which is even though I've already looked back on my previous anime review on the movie Your Name, which it all has got to my attention for an anime reviewer. Not too much of Tara Strong, but Stephanie Sei I like, because, she's known in the anime like FLCL and Kill la Kill, which is probably like Akame ga Kill, which ironically, Kill la Kill is particularly a Japanese anime television series, which is probably which is based on the manga Akame ga Kill, which I guess Kill la Kill is particularly the more popular one, as well as Naruto and Bleach, which are particularly the most popular anime. But for Only Yesterday, however, the story takes place within the Takase district of Yamagata City, Yamagata Prefecture, the Takase Station, and also Yamadera Station of the JNR, currently the JR East. Senzan Line is featured prominently, though it has since been rebuilt. The scenery remains mostly unchanged. During the course of the film, characters visit prominently locals, including the result destination of Mount Zhao. Unlike the typical Japanese character animation style, the characters have more realistic facial muscles and expressions. Due to the dialogue being recorded first, the tradition in Japan is to record it after the animation is completed as well, and the animators fit the animation to the spoken dialogue. However, the scenes of Takeo's childhood past were animated before the voices were recorded, giving a subtle contrast between the anime style of her childhood and the adult reality of the framing story. Especially when you record voices in English dub at the ADR dubbing stage for to voice an anime character in the English dub at this point, as it was dubbed in Japanese, which is just how it is what it is. Those scenes set in 1966 where the 10-year-old Takeo are taken from the source material. Takahata had difficulty adapting the episodic manga into a feature film, and he therefore invented the framing narrative when the adult Takeo journeys to the countryside and falls in love with Toshio. There is a repeated Eastern Europe theme in the film, particularly in the soundtrack, reflecting the peasant lifestyle still in the present in the area, and parallels with this draws with Japanese rural life folk songs from the area repeatedly occur in the film. For example, Frunzulita lem adus cantek du nunta, Fluttering Green Leaves Wedding Song, which is particularly a Romanian folk song written by George Zamfir, and occurs the film repeatedly and during the landscape shots. For example, arriving at the farm, instruments used include the prominent nai played by Zamfir himself, cimbalom, and violins. There is also Hungarian music in the film, using the pieces such as Brahms' Hungarian Dance Number 5 in the scene where Takeo is eating lunch and making references to Hungarian musicians. When she is in the car with Toshio, Terametes, performed by Sebastian Marta and Music Zikas, adapting from the Hungarian traditional folk song. The music of Marta Sebastian with Muzuka is used in several scenes as well. Bulgarian folklore music is also used in the soundtrack when Takeo is on the field. One can first hear Del Mano del Ilbero, followed by Malka Mona Divori Mete. These are typical Bulgarian folklore songs, and the lyrics of both are connected to topics mentioned in the film: the life of farmers and marriages. The TV character Machine Gun Daddy looks like Daisuke Jigen of Lupin the Third fame, which, ironically, Lupin the Third is particularly the most popular anime. The character is seen when Takeo recalls her childhood favorite puppet show, Hyokori Hyotanjima, translating from the original Japanese as Floating Gourd Island, that aired every weekday on NHK from 1964 to 1969, which is probably in the 60s, I guess. It was released in Japan on June 20th, 1991 by Toho in theaters, and December 5th, 2012 by Walt Disney Studios Japan on Blu-ray. Germany released on June 6, 2006 under the title Tranendien Erinnerung, Tears of Memory. In Australia, it was released on October 11, 2006 by Madman Entertainment. It was released in September 4th, 2006 in the United Kingdom, the Optimum releasing Studio Canal for the English re-release. But in North America, it was released on January 1st, 2016 in New York City, and nationwide in the United States on February 26, 2016 by G-Kids. Before these dates, the film was the only theatrical Studio Ghibli feature not yet released on home video in the United States or Canada, although a subtitle version of the film was aired on Turner Classic Movies in January 2016 as part of Channel's month-long salute to Miyazaki and Ghibli. G-Kids announced in 2015 that it would release the film in theaters in North America 2016, along with the English dub with actors Daisy Ridley, Dev Patel, and Ashley Eckstein and Alison Fernandez confirmed to lend their voice roles. The English version of the film was released on Blu-ray and DVD in the U.S. on July 5th, 2016, earning $1,780,357 US dollars in sales revenue as well. Only Yesterday was the highest-grossing Japanese film on the domestic market in 1991, grossing 3.18 billion yen at the Japanese box office. The 2016 English-language release later earned 525,958 US dollars, including 453,243 US dollars in the United States of America as well. Besides, my anime review on Only Yesterday from Isao Takahata is getting a lot better than my previous movie review on Man on the Moon and Nobody's Fool with Paul Newman and The Silence of the Lambs. All has got to my attention. How my review has gotten better. So that's gonna be it for my anime review on Only Yesterday. Thank you for watching. But before we go, here's my thoughts on this. When I first watched Only Yesterday, I really loved this movie because this is considered to be my favorite Isao Takahata anime movie, in my opinion. Hope subscribe for content. My anime planet link in the description down below. You can share this video on your Twitter, Facebook if you have Twitter, Facebook account, and all social media. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up by clicking on the like button on this video. Feel free to leave in the comments in the comment section. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, RoniK95. Feel free to join my channel, especially if you're new to my channel. Hit the notifications bell button. Keep it otaku for this anime review, and I got another anime review coming up. What I got for tomorrow. Stay tuned for my next anime review. I got to cover another anime movie, starting with my anime review on The Disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya.
Stay tuned for my next anime review on the disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya, because you won't want to miss another anime review.